Merry Christmas, kids.
Well, now, I wonder what in the world this could possibly be. Looks like something that just might bring my handicap down.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, Mrs. Keenan.
George, Merry Christmas. Well, thank you. Have you working today?
Special delivery, 365 days a year. I thought I might as well get in the spirit.
Well, you certainly did that.
Ho, ho, ho! Have a nice day.
You too, George.
That was the last present.
No, it wasn't. There's another one. It just came in the mail. It's for you.
What is it, Grandpa? What is it?
It's a Christmas story.
Tell it to us, Grandpa. Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, Dad. Tell her.
All right. All right, have a seat. Well, let's see. It starts out in the summer of 1953 in an army camp near a place called Incheon. That's in Korea. There was an aircraft carrier about a couple hundred miles away in the Yellow Sea. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I think maybe we ought to get back to that army camp.
My wife, my little girl, she's 5 now. Haven't seen him in 18 months. Feels like forever.
Yeah, I got 4 of them at home. They keep writing me letters saying, when are you gonna come home, Daddy? When are you gonna come home? I don't even know what to say to them anymore.
Why don't you tell him we'll be home by Christmas? I mean, we should be able to sign the truce by then.
North Koreans ain't never gonna sign that truce. All I wanna do is go home.
Sarge! Sarge! I found a baby. The garbage with the depot steps.
He's alive.
I don't understand who would do such a thing. Just leave him like that.
Look at his eyes, Reed. Look at his hair. He's half American. They don't want him.
What are we gonna do? Yeah, so he can't be more than a few days old, Sister Philomena. We didn't know what else to do with him.
Oh, let's have a look. Oh, here you go, darling. Yes, there you go. Yes.
We tried to feed him. Little guy. Just, he's gotta be starving.
Egi uyu kata. Juseyo. There was no note when you found him.
No.
And what would your name be?
Dan. Daniel Reed.
Well, then, we'll call him Danny. Dodgers all year.
Ask anyone, Father. The Dodgers all the way.
Anyone? Anyone in Brooklyn, you mean?
Hey, Cam Reed, maybe we should ask the captain. The skipper and me already got a bet on the season. If the Dodgers win, I'm allowed to wear my hat.
Oh, and what if the Yankees win?
Never happened.
Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra.
Duke Snyder, Roy Campanella,
Whitey Ford.
Jackie Robinson, Gil Hodges, Carl Furillo. Oh, come on, Father, you gotta bet on the Dodgers.
No, Camarini, if I were a gambling man, and I've never been a gambling man, I'd take the Yankees. And what about you, Dr. Keenan?
Oh, sorry. Letter from my wife. What was the question?
Who's better, Doc, Yanks or Dodgers?
Who won the World Series last year?
The Yankees.
Year before that?
Yankees?
Year before that?
Yankees.
And the year before that, 4 in a row. Stand easy. Doctor, I've got 2 new pilots going to need full flight physicals and clearance by 2300.
Yes, sir.
Father, you'll talk these boys before they go up?
Absolutely.
Captain Hayward?
Yes.
They need you in the radio room.
Very well. Camarini.
Sir.
You're not wearing his hat aboard ship, are you?
No, sir. This is a Yankee ship, Captain. Everybody knows that.
Gentlemen?
Thanks. Come on.
This is the captain. I have received the following message. The truce has been signed by all parties. The war is over. Don't get too excited, gentlemen. We have been reassigned. Repeat, we have been reassigned. We set a course for Incheon in 1 hour. I don't know what our duty is in Incheon, but I know we will carry it out with honor. And with any luck, we'll be home for Christmas. Hayward out.
Who's Sister Philomena?
She runs the Star of the Sea orphanage, the other side of the city.
We just landed. How does she know we're here?
The woman knows more about who's coming and going in Incheon than anyone.
She is remarkable. She single-handedly marched 400 orphans up into the mountains when Incheon was under attack. She kept them alive somehow. And after we'd taken the city back, just marched them right back down to the orphanage. What does she want?
She said there's someone that I have to meet. And if you and General Taylor could spare him for a little while, I'd like Dr. Keenan to meet him too.
You see the burns on his back? In the poor Korean villages, the huts are heated by fire pits dug out below the floors, and after he was born, they must have put him straight down on the bare floor.
They say his name is Danny.
Yes, he's as cute as he can be, isn't he, Doctor?
Yes, he's very cute. Okay, he's suffering from hypothermia. That's low body temperature, which is partly due to malnutrition. That's another reason that he's weak. The burns are minor. They're not good, but they're not that serious either.
Can you help him, Doctor?
Well, I can treat the burns, but for the hypothermia and malnutrition, he's going to need to have heat lamps and tube feedings, and I can only do that aboard the Point Cruise. I'm sure they could treat him at the hospital in Seoul.
He's such a darling boy, Doctor.
Yes, sister, but you'd better get some Formulate-M right away.
Well, could you lift him up from me, Doctor, please? Here you go. Lottie B. Will you look at that? You're the only one who's been able to feed him.
I think he likes you, Doctor.
Please. Excuse me for a moment.
General, it's good to see you again, sir.
You too, Chick. Thanks for coming.
Oh, good, Doctor. You're just in time. General Taylor, this is Hugh Keenan.
Sir, I knew your father. He was a hell of a surgeon. He was a hell of an officer. Gentlemen, we need the Navy's help. We're holding 20,000 prisoners of war. They've got about the same. Our boys are going to walk through the Freedom Gate and go home. The communists want their prisoners back, too. Problem is, their boys don't want to go back.
Why not?
A lot of them deserted. China and North Korea are going to execute the ones that did. Probably end up killing them all.
Is the UN going to let that happen?
Hell no. We're going to set up a camp on the 38th parallel. Put the prisoners in it until this thing gets settled. The Indian Army's going to run the camp. I need you to do two things, Chick. First, I want you to meet the boys when they come through the gate. And I need you to airlift the Indians into the camp.
Very well, sir.
Dear Genevieve, Captain Hayward and I greeted the American prisoners of war as they walked through the Freedom Gate in Panmunjom. My job was to examine the men and have those who needed the most immediate medical care airlifted to the Point Cruz Hospital. The rest were driven to Seoul. Come along, Rod. Go into the tent. Get these men in the tent. It's hard to explain what I felt as I watched these men help each other through the gate. I thought of my father and my grandfather. Come on, we'll take care of you in here. Good to have you back. It made me proud to be a naval officer and a physician. Come on, buddy. We're going to take a look at you. Good to have you back. Some of the men are in poor physical condition, and I'm worried about them. I'm worried about you too, Jen. I understand that this is hard for you, but in the face of personal tragedy, you must gather yourself together and move on. Promise me you'll try, as I have. I wish I could be there with you, but my duty is here. I miss you every day. I love you, Bud.
The Indian Army will be arriving on 3 transports, 2,000 soldiers on each ship. of Sikhs, Hindus, and everything else. The idea is to keep a circle going. A full chopper will take off, an empty one will land in its place, soldiers will be loaded on, it takes off, another empty one takes its place, and so on. CBs are clearing landing platform near the camp as we speak. Because of that, the assignment has officially been named Operation Platform. Any questions?
How long you figure it'll take, Skipper?
You mean until the Dodgers actually win the pennant? It'll be 3 days for transport, faster if we can get more helos.
When do the ships get here, sir?
No word on that yet. Before the end of the year, that's all I know. I expected morale to be low. Seems like every man on the crew is down.
Well, I'm afraid it's that way all over the ship.
Just hope I can get them home for Christmas.
Captain, there is a baby in Sister Philomena's orphanage. An American baby. Dan is his name. Only a week old or so, very poor health. Dr. Keenan examined him and said that the boy would need treatment in a hospital.
How was Keenan with the boy?
It was hard for him.
2 stillborn sons in 3 years, that'd be hard on anybody.
He was very professional.
Well, he's a Keenan. He's cut from the same cloth as his father and his grandfather. Duty first.
Captain, I know it's against regulations, but could we bring Danny aboard the Point Cruise? I'd like to put him in the ship's hospital and nurse him back to health there.
You know, an old admiral told me once that a leader has to have good judgment if he wants to be effective. And good judgment, he said, is knowing when to intelligently disregard regulations. You bring Danny aboard. Let's get that baby back to health.
Yes, sir.
What are you feeding him, Doc? Formula, bird brain. He's a baby. What else are you gonna feed? They got baby formula in Incheon?
It's a formula substitute.
Evaporated milk, right, Doc? It's what my wife uses when I forget to get the formula at the store.
13 ounces evaporated milk, 17 ounces water, 2 tablespoons K-Rose syrup.
Don't let him throw that stuff up on you, Doc. Stains like hot tar.
Oh, Doc knows. He's got kids.
No, actually, I don't.
Yeah, well, here's how it goes, Doc. You feed them, nothing happens. As soon as you put on a good shirt, they puke all over you. That's how it goes with my daughter.
Never fails. I got 2 of them. Boy and a girl. Don't know who's worse.
What are you guys doing here?
Oh, the captain asked us to report to you, Doc. He told us to help you out with the baby. He said you needed anything, just ask us. So, is he gonna make it?
He's doing great, right, Doc?
Yeah, he's a tough little guy.
He's a Navy man now. He won't ever give up.
Amen.
That's right,
I look at him and I say, if he can do it, I can do it.
Is he gonna make it, Doc?
Yep. He's gonna make it.
You wanted to see me, Captain?
Yeah, understand our little mascot's doing a lot better.
Very alert, much stronger, drinking from his own bottle. Temperature back to normal. Dr. Keenan's done a fine job.
I think half the crew's been to the hospital to visit him.
You know, he's a brave little boy. Men are taken with him. They're all pulling for him. It's funny, it seemed to happen overnight.
Is he well enough to go back to the orphanage?
Yes.
He can't stay on the Point cruise, Father. He's got to go back to Sister Philomena.
He's half Korean, half American. The Koreans won't stand for it.
I'm sorry, Father.
Captain, the Korean nurses won't bathe him. They won't change him. They won't hold him, and they won't feed him. Sister Philomena cannot watch after him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If we send Danny back to the orphanage, he will die.
Look, I'm telling you for the last time, the slats can't be more than an inch apart. I got an uncle in the business.
You don't know
Crib
beans,
world,
Louis. I got a crib at home. Brooklyn, New York. I worked there for 3 months.
Invented the crib.
You're not done yet? I asked you to build a crib for Danny, not a house on the Grand Coolidge.
Sorry, Doc. There seems to be a slight difference of opinion on how you actually do build a crib.
Sturdy is the most important thing, and smooth. We don't want him getting any splinters.
Is it true, Doc, that the skipper called home and Danny's coming with us?
Captain sent a message to a friend of his who runs an orphanage in Pennsylvania. He said if he can get a letter promising support for Danny, a place to live and all that, then he'll try to get him back to the States.
Knew the skipper wouldn't let us down.
Of course not. He knows Danny's part of the crew now. Can't just leave him here.
No, he's more than that. It's like he's the reason we fought this war in the first place.
Yeah, that's right.
You said it, Camerini.
Yeah, and I'll tell you another thing. This war ain't over till Danny's home. Not for me, anyways.
It's the whole ship, Doc. Everybody's talking about Danny.
Yeah, kid's got 1,000 uncles. So how about it, Doc? Captain Hayward will get Danny home, won't he?
Just finish the crib, boys. Danny needs a place to sleep. I'm getting out here.
Dear Bud, life in Seattle goes on as if there never were a war. I had a checkup with Dr. Randall yesterday. He said I'm recovering nicely. He also said I may never be able to bear children. I was pretty upset, as you can imagine. I don't know how you'll handle this news. I don't know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. You seem so far away, much farther than Korea. I miss you, Bud. I wish you were here with me now. All my love, Jen.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
It's a nice city. A lot of history.
What is it you think this letter means, Captain Hayward?
It means the boy will have a place to live. He'll have food to eat, people to look after him. My friend runs a first-class orphanage.
Yes, but the child was born in Korea, not in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I understand, but I'm sure you'll agree under the circumstances that Danny might be better off in the U.S.
The child is Korean.
We think his father's American.
And his mother?
His mother abandoned him on the doorsteps of a U.S. Army supply depot.
But do you think she is Korean?
Yes.
And you want me to issue this passport so you can take him out of Korea?
Yes.
Away from his country, away from his mother.
She dumped him in a packing crate.
I can issue this passport, Captain, but I won't. Not until I have spoken to the mother first.
Mr. Hahn, obviously we don't know where she is. We don't know who she is.
You'll find her. In the meantime, the boy will stay in a Korean orphanage with other children. We have many of them since the war, you know. The child is Korean, Captain. Perhaps a Korean family will adopt him.
So that's it. He has to go back.
I was born in New York City. You may know that, but what you may not know is that in 1923, I was bat boy for the New York Yankees. I was 13. That was the year that Yankee Stadium opened, the house that Ruth built. Mr. Rupert was the owner, and one day, before the season even started, he came into the clubhouse, and he told the team that he has guaranteed the good people of New York a World Series champion. And that what he wants from the team is their promise that that's what they'll do. Win the series. Miller Huggins, the manager, stood up and said, "Mr. Rupert, we have yet to play a single game. So how in the world are we supposed to keep a promise like that?" Well, Mr. Rupert just looked him square in the eye and said, "By embracing the challenge, by refusing to fail." This is a very old bottle of whiskey, Old Prentice. I bought this years ago in Bourbon County, Kentucky. This is a very fine whiskey in any country in the world. And this is my last bottle. Now, Father, I want you to take this bottle. I want you to go ashore. Take the doctor with you. And don't come back without a passport for Danny. I know you can do it.
By embracing the challenge.
By refusing to fail.
Oh, it was the finest hotel in Seoul till the war closed it down. Somehow it avoided the devastation.
What are we doing here, Father?
The family that owns it, they refuse to leave. They're here now. They try to keep the place up. One day they hope to open the doors again. You have to admire them for their conviction.
You're not going to tell me why we're here?
We're trying to find a Korean government official with an appreciation for fine whiskey.
Do you know one?
No, but I know someone who does.
Oh, Father Riley, Dr. Keenan, so nice to see you. Won't you come in?
Good to see you again, sister.
Yes. Sister Philomena said you were bringing something special to our little game.
Old Prentice. Nothing like it anywhere else in the world.
Gentlemen, drink hearty. Sister?
Oh, no, thank you, Father. But I don't drink whiskey.
Oh, sister. You know, I have heard that there is some medicinal value to an occasional shot or two. Isn't that correct, Doctor?
Oh, yes, I've heard that too.
Oh, well then. In the interest of medicine. To your health.
Gentlemen.
Well, Father, what shall we play?
If I were a gambling man, and I've never been a gambling man, my game would be straight poker. 5-card stud, $2 a chip, no limit on the raises. Chips, gentlemen, ante up.
Let's see the color of your money, gentlemen.
Attention on deck!
As you were. Good morning.
No, sir.
I'll be taking over Sunday services for Father Riley this morning. We will begin.
Captain, any word on when the Indians are coming here?
Not yet.
Skipper, is it true that you sent Father Riley and the doc to bring back a passport for Danny?
That's true.
Well, have you heard from him, Captain?
Not a word.
You think they'll get one, Skipper?
I hope so. I know we're in good hands if we put our faith in Father Riley. Now let's begin.
Sorry, Captain. But is there going to be a name on this passport that Father Riley is definitely bringing back? Yeah. You gotta have faith, right? Yeah, right.
No, I told him to leave that blank. We'll fill it in later.
Well, Skipper, I'm thinking.
What, Camerini?
I'm thinking we gotta have a name for Danny, a full name, you know, for the passport.
Danny needs a name, Skipper.
Yeah, how about it? Come on.
Well, we're all agreed that the first name should be Danny, right? In honor of the soldier who found him.
Yeah.
Well, what about Cruz for a last name, as in Point Cruz?
How about a middle name, Captain?
What about George?
That's your name.
No, it's gotta be right. Something special for Danny.
Yeah, that's right. For Danny.
What about Ashcombe?
Ascom?
Yeah.
What the heck is Ascom?
That's the name of the supply depot where they found him.
Ascom. Ask him. Yeah. Ask him.
So is it official, Skipper?
Daniel Ascom Cruz. It's official.
That's to you, Doctor.
What time is it? What day is it?
Sunday morning, 10 o'clock.
I haven't been up 24 hours straight since my residency. I'm out.
All right. I take 2 cards.
And the dealer will take 2.
$100 to you, Father.
Why don't we up the bet, Mr. Kim?
What do you have in mind?
Give me your watch.
What?
Please, give me your watch.
I can't do that. You know I can't do that.
It's for Danny. Trust me, Doctor. A family heirloom. Passed down from father to son. How many generations?
3.
3. 3 generations of Navy officers and physicians. Among the most respected naval families in the history of the United States, and you can say that you won it in a card game and sold. And what would your colleagues in the government office think of that?
I have nothing of similar value.
Oh, but you do, Mr. Kim. A Korean passport. A new life for a baby boy.
If you were a gambling man, Father Riley, and you've never been a gambling man, have you? I'll say, read them and weep. Full house.
It's a beautiful hand, Mr. Kim, but I have threes, and that would be 4 of them. Sister Philomena, why don't you take this pot? I'm sure you can find good use for it. Take your watch, Doctor. If you have the keys to your office, Mr. Kim, Dr. Keenan and I will stop by and get that passport on our way back to the ship.
Oh, Father. Oh.
Took them forever to get here.
They brought the whole village with them.
They must think they're gonna be here a long time.
They know something we don't.
Peekaboo. Where's Danny? Oh, peekaboo. I see you. Peekaboo. There he is.
I think every kid in the world likes that game.
Need you to take a walk with me, Doctor.
Yes, sir. Keep an eye on the baby.
If we can, we would like to get some more blankets. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Now, I will want you to keep this situation sanitary at all times.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. This is Dr. Keenan. Could you open one of the baskets for us, please?
Of course, sir.
Oh! They are used for religious ceremonies.
There are at least 3 of those in each one of these baskets. That's exactly what I said. Now, do we have an antidote on board, or should I place a guard?
Place a guard, sir. 2 guards. What about all the other baskets?
I don't want to think about it.
We're equipped here for minor treatments, but nobody said anything about landmines.
I know. Somehow we missed this field.
I'll be in the tent.
Mr. Schumann?
Excuse me?
Mr. Schumann, your office at the consulate just sent this over for you.
Bert, we've got a baby aboard the Point Cruise.
What kind of baby?
An American baby. Half Korean.
Yes, sir.
Good luck getting him a passport.
We've already got a Korean passport, but we will need a visa for him to enter the U.S. from Korea.
Not my department.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm talking to you. See, I figured you could kind of get me in through the back door. Yeah.
It's all by the book now. Visas are only issued in person. They're going to have to meet the baby.
Kenan! Kenan!
Dear Jan, I attended the funeral of a Sikh soldier who was killed by a landmine. No one knows or will ever know whether it was a North or a South Korean landmine. And the truth is, it doesn't matter. The two Korean governments can point their fingers at each other for the rest of time. It won't change the fact that this Indian is dead and that his wife and children are now alone. We finished transporting the first shipload of Indian soldiers into the camp. The second and third ships don't arrive for several weeks. We're leaving for Yokosuka, Japan in a few days, R&R for the crew. Then it's back to Incheon. I think of you often, Jan. And I love you more than I can say. Bud.
He's doing good, right, Doc? Because you said being abandoned the way he was, we'd have to watch his development real careful and all.
So far, so good, Camerini. Now, at this age, he ought to be able to roll over by himself.
Clean diapers, Doc. They air dried him on the flag halyard. A destroyer crossed the harbor said they couldn't read our signal. And get a load at ease. Dress blues. Whew. Guy in the engine room made them by hand. Pretty good work, too. What are we doing? Shh. We're waiting for him to turn over.
Come on, Danny.
Come on, little guy.
Hey. Hey.
He's supposed to be able to do it.
Come on. Come on now, you can do it.
Come on, Danny. Come on.
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, Dan. Hey, little man. These are for you. So you look all dressed up and handsome when you go to town. Better get him dressed. Captain wants him ready by 1100 hours.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Excuse me, I'm Captain John Hayward of the USS Point Cruise.
You'll have to wait. Some of these people have been here for 2 days.
Well, I understand, but this child...
Needs a visa, yes, I know. All these people need visas, Captain. And right now, Uncle Sam is pretty particular about who and how many are going to get them.
I spoke to Lieutenant Garrity and to Congressman Post, and they said...
It doesn't matter what they said. I'm sorry, Captain, but believe it or not, there's a line to get to this desk.
Let me ask you a question. You want to see Danny living in some orphanage in Pennsylvania? Or in a house? With a mother and a father, and maybe brothers and sisters? A dog, you know, a house, a family.
Oh, a family, sure, but, I mean, Captain already called his friend.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking...
Uh-oh.
I'm thinking we should find Danny a family.
How are we gonna do that?
Now, I don't know yet. But the skipper said we could be home by Christmas, and I don't want him holed away in some orphanage for his first Christmas, man. No way, no how.
Captain won't like it.
Well, we won't tell him about it till it's done. He'd rather see Danny adopted any day. I know he would. We're gonna find him a family. A real family. We got to.
Attention all hands. Attention all hands. Baby son on the hangar deck until 1400.
Wanna play peekaboo? Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Hey, guy. It's a big...
Dear Bud, Dr. Randall says I'm well enough to travel, so I will be in Yokosuka the last week of October to meet the Point Cruise. See you then. Love, Jen.
I went by your cabin, but nobody was home, so I figured.
He's a cute little guy, isn't he?
Hugh, State Department and Armed Services regulations are clear as a bell, and I want to be just as clear. No active duty officer or enlisted soldier or sailor can adopt a foreign baby. We're not even supposed to get him a visa and take him back to the U.S.
I know the regulations, sir.
Well, what I'm saying is I know how attached you've become to him, and you mentioned that your wife was meeting us in Japan.
She doesn't know about Danny.
I understand. You have to be careful here, Hugh. There's a line you can't cross. There's a line I can't cross.
I guess I have become attached to her.
And it's not just you I'm worried about. The whole crew feels the same way. I mean, Danny's the baby we all left behind. I pulled every string I could get my hands on. It's a 3-year wait for a visa. End of discussion. When we go home, we'll have to leave him behind.
Attention all hands. Shift is underway at 1500.
I'm meeting her at some bar downtown. She's supposed to be there at 1300.
That's cutting it close, Camerini. We're out of here at 1500.
What am I supposed to do? It's the only time she had.
Don't miss the last long.
Don't worry about it. You think I want to get court-martialed?
What are you gonna tell her?
Yeah, what are you gonna say?
I don't know. I'll think of something. I always do. I'm from Brooklyn.
Camerini. Stand easy. Been looking for you. Well, son, it was a hard-fought series. And bums have nothing to be ashamed of. Well, Camerini. You have anything to say? Gentlemen, we get underway at 1500.
Oh, man.
Sure, you'll think of something to say.
Yeah, you always do. You're from Brooklyn.
His full name is Daniel Ascom Cruz.
Ascom?
It's a long story. The men fell for him right away.
I can see how that happened. Oh, what a lucky little guy.
The plan was to take him back to the States and place him in an orphanage, but we can't get him a visa into the U.S., so when we get back to Korea, he's going to have to stay there.
Does the crew know?
No, the captain decided not to tell him until we get back to Incheon. He didn't want to ruin their R&R.
I think it's very sad.
See, Jen, this is why I didn't tell you, because I knew that it would remind you and that it would make you sad.
I'm supposed to be sad. You're supposed to be sad.
I am.
You are? I don't hear it in your voice. I don't feel it in your letters. Let go of the pain, you said. In the face of personal tragedy, we must gather ourselves together and move on. Don't you see? If we can't admit that we lost our children, but I'm losing you because you won't feel this with me.
Jen, you have to go ashore in just a few minutes.
I can't believe you have to go back to Korea the day I get here.
We had no idea when the next Indian ship was going to arrive.
Well, what happens now? You want me to go home, don't you?
What about your health? Did George Randall really clear you to travel?
I'm fine. I don't need anybody to clear me. I'm not in the Navy.
You're going to be alone. What are you going to do for 2 weeks?
I'm alone all the time in Seattle. I've spent most of my married life alone. I always find something to do.
I'm worried about you.
But I went camping in the Cascades by myself. I hiked my own trails, pitched my own tent, caught my very own fish in Chelan Lake, and somehow survived and made it back to Seattle. I think I can handle 2 weeks in Japan.
You caught fish in Lake Chelan. We fished Lake Chelan for 3 days before we were married and never caught anything.
I caught you.
I'll see you back here in a few weeks.
American Baby Home for Christmas. It's gotta be one of the best stories of the war, Christine. It's gotta be.
And you think if, and I stress the word if, I write this story, and if, see, there's that word again. My paper runs it that people will contact the Point Crews wanting to adopt Danny when you get him to America.
That's the idea. So, will you do it?
I don't know. I do hard news, Camerini, war stories, big loud stuff that grabs the whole country. This is
the heartstrings of America, Christine. It don't get any bigger than that.
You don't have a visa.
No problem. Captain Hayward's working on that.
Hayward. Oh, John T. Hayward. I knew that name rang a bell. They're honoring him at a dinner in Seoul for Operation Platform.
Oh, man, I gotta go. Look, Christine, just write the story, huh? Do it for Danny. People see this face, they're gonna line up to take him home. Look, I gotta go.
Captain, the Vauxhall reports the anchor is secured for sea.
Very well, let's get underway. All ahead 1/3.
All ahead 1/3? All ahead 1/3, aye, sir.
Camerini never made it back, sir.
I have seen the crew list, Mr. Bentley. But there are 4,000 Indian soldiers sitting in Incheon Harbor. My orders are to get us there immediately. There's nothing I can do.
Aye, sir.
Small boat approaching on the port quarter, Captain. It's a fishing boat.
All stop.
All stop. All stop, aye, sir.
Have them put a Jacob's ladder over on the fantail and tell Camarina to meet me on the flight deck in 10 minutes.
Aye, sir.
You get a load of Camerini.
Oh, you smell terrible.
Man, that's bad.
Dead fish. Oh.
Camerini, any sailor who would go to this much trouble to get himself court-martialed is the kind of man we need in the Navy. Get yourself cleaned up, son. Report for duty.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dismissed.
Mr. Nixon, there's someone here we would like you to meet. Mr. Vice President, Captain John T. Hayward of the USS Point Cruz. Chick, Vice President Nixon.
Mr. Vice President, it is an honor.
And this is Father Riley, Point Cruz chaplain.
Mr. Vice President.
Nice to meet you both. Captain, I want to thank you for the good work you did, getting the Indian Army into the prisoners' camp. You got us out of a tough spot there, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Have you heard about the captain's baby, Mr. Vice President?
Not my baby, sir. I haven't been ashore long enough.
Oh, now, come on, Chick. We're all calling your ship the Pregnant Cruise.
What baby are we talking about?
An abandoned baby, sir, half American. He's been aboard the ship since the end of the war.
It means a lot to the men, sir. We're trying to get him back to the United States. We cannot get a visa.
Why not?
Consulate says it's a 3-year wait, sir.
Nonsense. Tell the consulate Vice President Nixon says this baby gets a visa before the Point Cruz leaves for Japan. Thanks again, Captain.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
The captain's baby. Welcome aboard, sir. And happy Thanksgiving, Admiral.
Thanks, Chick. Same to you.
You gonna be able to stay and have dinner with us? We got turkey and all the trimmings.
Oh, I'd like to, but we've got some people coming over later today. Chick, I want you restocked and ready to leave for San Diego in 3 days.
3 days, yes, sir.
There's a rumor going around you've got an abandoned baby on board this ship you're planning to take back to the States. Is that true?
Yes, sir. Would you like to meet him?
Maybe later. Listen, Chick. This goes against every regulation in the book. I don't want to be the bad guy here, but you're in Japan. This baby's in my harbor. So before we go any further, I'm going to contact Admiral Carney in Washington. You have any problem with that?
No, sir. No problem.
So, how are the wife and kids?
Fine, sir. Just fine. Kids are growing up fast.
I forget, how many do you have?
5.
Your own basketball team. Remove baby from Point Cruz immediately. I'm sorry, Chick.
Did you hear from that reporter?
Nah.
I think she even wrote that story.
Who knows? And what's it matter now anyways? Freaking Navy. We just fought a war for them.
Yeah, and they sure forgot all about us in a big hurry.
Never felt so double-crossed my whole life.
Came today. Addressed to Danny, care of the USS Point Cruz. I thought you might like to see them. Gentlemen, I took the liberty of opening one to the crew of the USS Point Cruz. I cried as I read the article about Danny in the Baltimore Post.
She wrote it.
My heart went out to him, and to all of you as well. My husband and I will always have room in our home for a baby as special as Danny. And we would love to adopt him when he arrives in the United States. It goes on like that from there. And I would guess that the rest are much the same.
Yeah, well, that's just great, Father. What good does it do Danny now? We gotta get him off the ship, don't we?
So, that's it then, is it? You give up, and Danny goes back to Korea.
What are we supposed to do?
It makes me mad as well. In fact, it makes me so angry I don't know what to do or I don't know where to turn. And then I hear something. A glorious voice in my heart and soul.
It's God.
No, it's my mother. All the way from Ireland. And you know what she's saying? She's saying, Edward, don't be mad. Be productive. Gentlemen, there are lots of ways to get Danny off this ship. Don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, lots of ways. All right, come on, you guys. How much dough you got on you? Come on, let's go. Thank you, Father.
Oh, don't thank me, Camarini. Thank my mother.
Bring it down. All right, listen up, everybody. I'm passing the hat for Danny. The Navy wants him off the ship. We're gonna get him off the ship. Let's go. Come on, cough it up. Come on, you got more in your pocket. Here's some more.
Oh, you are such a big boy now. Yes, you are. 4 months old. 4 months old already. Oh, so many people love you, Danny. Yes, they do. The water is wide. I cannot cross over. And neither
Where's the nurse?
Oh, I told him I'd watch Danny so he could go and eat with his friends. I didn't think you'd mind. He knows my voice. He looks around whenever he hears it.
You've spent every day with him since we got back from Korea.
Look how well he holds his head up. Oh, you're such a big, strong guy. Hey, we'll get you some new clothes, and you can eat Thanksgiving dinner with all your friends.
Jen, we can't have this baby. It's against the law. No armed forces personnel can adopt a foreign child. I'm a commissioned officer.
I know. You're a career Navy man from a distinguished family of career Navy men.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that you love Danny as much as I do, but you're not willing to accept it.
I'm not willing to give up my life. This is who I am.
What about who I am? What about who we are together?
You should never have gotten so attached to him.
You make it sound like a disease. Getting attached, becoming emotionally involved. Something you can surgically remove and repair.
That's not what I meant.
Life isn't surgery, Bud. It isn't precise. It isn't neat and clean. It doesn't always work out the way you wanted it to, the way you planned for it to. You have to be willing to change. You have to be open. We are the perfect people to adopt Danny, and you know it.
It's not gonna happen.
Tell me that you don't want this baby. Tell me that you don't love this baby. Tell me you don't feel it in your heart.
What I feel doesn't matter. It's against regulations.
Oh, how easy that is for you. If you can't face it, you hide behind the rule book.
That isn't true.
Yes, it is. If it isn't the Navy's rule book, it's the Keenan's. You don't always have to do what your father and your grandfather did. Sometimes you have to follow your own heart.
My family is important to me.
What about our family?
I won't give up my career for Danny.
I know.
Nothing against your friend, Captain. It's just Danny deserves a real home.
We should have told you first. We know that.
Yes, you should have told me.
$1,500, Skipper. We passed the hat. Everybody in the crew gave something. We want to put Danny on an airplane and send him home.
Navy said get him off the ship. We figured that's how we ought to do it.
Danny's visa allows him to travel from Korea to the United States, not from Korea to Japan. Now, I have been back and forth with the Japanese consulate in Seoul about this all day. They are not going to cooperate. I can't land Danny in this country.
Well, then we'll take him back to Korea and get him on a plane there.
It's too late. We leave day after tomorrow. Our orders came through.
I could take him.
Danny's going back to Korea, but he's not getting on any plane for the States. The Pentagon didn't just say get him off the ship. They said turn him over to Korean authorities. They're supposed to pick him up at the base. According to regulations, Danny is not Navy business.
He has no chance in Korea. No life at all.
You boys go through these letters, and you choose a home for Danny. I don't know how we're gonna get around to all this, but if I have to swim that boy back to America myself, I am not sending him back to Korea. Go on with you. Sorry to bother you at home, Admiral, but we leave for San Diego tomorrow afternoon. I know Admiral Carney. I want to call him again.
I know Mick Carney too, Chick. And what I know most about him is he doesn't like anyone questioning his orders.
It was midnight in Washington the last time we tried him.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Chick, it's midnight here.
Which means it's 0900 at the Pentagon. Admiral Carney's at his desk right now.
Request denied.
I will take full responsibility.
Carney's orders were addressed to me. I'm the one who takes responsibility in this harbor. I'm the one who will be questioning the Chief Admiral, the whole damn Navy.
But, sir, what I'm saying is maybe it wasn't Carney's order. It was midnight. Maybe the Admiral was at home in bed. Maybe some lieutenant commander got that message. Danny is against regulations, so he makes a decision. Gets his chance to be a Pentagon big shot.
So he sends out an order in Carney's name, without checking with the Chief Admiral first. You're grasping at straws here, Chick.
Straws are all I have, sir.
Set for San Diego.
Captain on the bridge?
Carry on.
All departments have reported in, Skipper. We'll be ready to get underway at 1300.
Very good. Bosun, pipe me on. Attention all hands. This is the captain. I received a message after midnight that I would like to share with you. To the captain of USS Point Cruz from the Office of Naval Operations, Pentagon. Get that baby home for Christmas, chick. Whatever it takes. Best PR the Navy ever had. Regards, Take car.
Oh, my. Would you look at them?
You'll never get those boys back to work now.
And we'll get underway at 1400. It's okay with me.
Jan, haul ashore in 5 minutes.
I'll be right there.
Honey.
I'm okay. Go. I have to say goodbye now, Danny. You be a good boy on your way back to America. You'll have your own family and make lots of new friends. I know you're going to have a wonderful life. And somebody is going to be a very lucky mom. I'm going now.
I'll watch him, ma'am.
He'll need a bottle after his nap.
I know, ma'am. Thanks.
And he'll need a new diaper.
Okay, Mrs. King. I'll check. Have a good trip home.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I already read this letter. Look, we read all of these letters. Everybody wants to adopt Danny. Let's just vote. Give me that.
Well?
Enjoyed meeting your wife. Seemed like the two of you had a nice visit.
It was good to see her.
Huh. She certainly did get on with Danny.
Yes, she did.
My mother's name is Genevieve. You didn't know that, did you?
No. Not that common a name, really.
I find it quite a coincidence.
She wanted me to resign my commission so we could adopt Danny.
What did you say?
I said no. This is my life. This is who I am. If I'm not a naval surgeon, then who am I, right?
Yes.
Anyway, then she changed her mind. Said she loved me too much to ask me to change my life.
And how did that make you feel?
Like I let her down. Like I let Danny down. But Whichever way I turn these days, I feel like I'm disappointing somebody, especially myself. No easy answer, is there?
Easy, no. But there is an answer. Somewhere in your heart, there's an answer waiting to be discovered.
What if I can't discover it?
Well, that's where faith comes in. We have to have faith that when we can't find the answer in ourselves, God will show us the truth.
Thank you, Father.
For what?
For listening.
My pleasure. Maybe we'll even catch something before we shove off. Oh, yes. The men came to me a few hours ago. They decided on a mother and father for Danny. They chose you, Doctor, and Jen. Well, they made a second choice to be safe. But they want Danny to be part of your family. I thought you'd like to know.
Attention all hands. Baby San is on the hangar deck until 1400. Repeat, Baby San is on the hangar deck. If you're going to say goodbye, better get in line.
Here you go, Danny. I'm gonna miss you, pal. Feel your name? I'm gonna miss you, ain't I? Look at him. Throw that ball. There's another one.
Hey, Dan. I wrote you a letter, Dan. It's just some stories about what happened while you were here. I wish I could tell you them face to face someday.
This is when we first got to Japan. My name's on the back. I had Lewis take 2 of these. I'm gonna keep one forever. Hey. This is my address. If you're ever in Peoria, you... So long, Dan. I'm never gonna forget you.
Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, Doctor.
Captain, you told me there was a line I couldn't cross. But the problem is that the line just keeps moving. I want to adopt Danny, sir. I want a discharge from the Navy.
You're willing to give up your career for this baby?
It's not just for Danny. It's for Jen. And it's for me.
Come. Are you busy, Captain?
Just last-minute reports, in triplicate, of course. Paperwork will be the death of me, Father, that I know. I sent this out about an hour ago.
To the Chief of Naval Personnel from the Captain USS Point Cruise. I respectfully request a full and immediate discharge from the naval service and a complete return to civilian life on behalf of Dr. Hugh Keenan upon arrival of Point Cruise in San Diego. He decided to adopt Danny.
And he did?
And you
Planned this thing from the very beginning, didn't you?
No. I can't take credit for the plan. That comes from the main office.
Ah.
Well, maybe I did help it along. Captain. Come to say goodbye. You'll be busy when we dock, and then I don't know when I'll see you.
Oh, well, yeah.
Camerini. Father Riley tells me you're headed straight back to Brooklyn.
No place like home, Skipper.
Well, we can't have you walking around there without this.
Thank you, Captain. Skipper, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Cameron.
Dr. Hugh Keenan is hereby detached from all active duty and returned to civilian life upon his arrival in San Diego. Oh, congratulations, Hugh.
Thank you, Father. It's hard to believe. The captain gave it to me this morning. He called the Pentagon a dozen times. Must have been tough for him to get, but he did it.
By embracing the challenge.
By refusing to fail.
Yes. Yeah. And don't you look smart? Oh, my. He's big for 5 months.
You really caught up?
Yes. Well, that's what you get when you get a lot of love and affection, eh? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm nervous. I feel like I've spent my whole life in the Navy. Everything is going to be so different now.
Oh, yes. You know, Hugh, thanks to the Navy, I've been able to fish just about every ocean and harbor in the world. And it's always different. Never the same. Fish are different, bait's different, weather's different, but one thing never changes, no matter where I am or what I'm fishing for. And would you know what that is?
No, Father, I don't.
Me. I'm always the fisherman. Ah. Well, goodbye. And God bless you and your beautiful family. Good luck, my friend.
Goodbye, Father. Thank you for everything.
And you? My. How we'll all miss you, young man. How we'll all miss you. But you're in good hands now. God bless you, son. God bless you.
Daniel Ascom Cruz, departed. Lieutenant Commander Hugh Keenan, United States Navy, departing.
Permission to go ashore, sir.
Permission granted.
Nothing like getting home Christmas Day, huh? Nothing like it. Merry Christmas, sir. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Hi, Jen. We're home. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Wow.
Oh, isn't that a wonderful Christmas story?
That was you, Daddy. It's a Christmas story about you.
It's about all of us. It's about being a family.
Well, Dinner must be done.
I'll help you, Jen.
Thank you, Shirley. Bud, can you carve the turkey?
I'm a surgeon, remember? Dan, this invitation's for you too.
Thank you. Both of you.
Danny.
Come on, children. Come in the kitchen and help your mother. Come on.
In September 1995, Daniel Keenan was guest of honor at a reunion of the crew of the USS Point Cruz. Danny paid tribute to the men who saved his life, and the crew had the chance to tell him once more how much he meant to them, and that he would always have a place on their ship and in their hearts.